Jake worked at a small, bustling diner called the Corner Spoon. It was the kind of place where the coffee was always hot, the bacon was always crispy, and the regulars were practically family. The air hummed with the clatter of plates, the sizzle of the grill, and the low murmur of a dozen different conversations. Jake, with his perpetually friendly smile and slightly crooked apron, was the heart of the morning shift. He moved through the chaos with a grace that came from years of practice, a cheerful word for everyone he passed. But there was one customer who was different. His name was Bill. Every single morning, like clockwork, at precisely 7:15 a.m., the bell above the door would jingle, and Bill would walk in. He was a quiet man, probably in his late 60s, with kind eyes that held a hint of sadness. He'd slide into booth 3, the one by the window with the slightly torn vinyl seat, and without a word, Jake would be there. The order never changed: 2 eggs over easy, a side of wheat toast, black coffee, and silence. For 10 years, this was their ritual. Jake would place the food down, nod, and Bill would nod back. They never spoke a word beyond the initial, unspoken order. Jake respected his need for quiet, understanding that sometimes, the most profound connections don't require conversation. One Tuesday morning, 7:15 came and went. The bell jingled for other customers, but booth 3 remained empty. Jake kept glancing over, a pot of fresh coffee in his hand, feeling a strange void in his routine. "Guess Bill's finally cheating on us with one of those fancy coffee shops," he joked to Maria, the cook, trying to brush off the odd feeling. By Wednesday, the joke felt a little less funny. By Friday, the concern was a heavy weight in his chest. Laughter had been replaced by a quiet worry that settled over the entire diner staff. Booth 3 felt like a missing tooth in the diner's familiar smile. The following Monday, a small, crisp envelope arrived with the morning mail. It wasn't a bill or a flyer. It was addressed simply to Jake, the waiter at the Corner Spoon. Puzzled, he carefully tore it open. Inside, he found 2 things: a gift card for a local bookstore and a handwritten note on simple, elegant paper. He unfolded the note, his hands trembling slightly. It was from Bill's daughter. Bill had passed away peacefully in his sleep the previous week. The note explained that after his wife died 10 years ago, Bill had lost his voice, not physically, but emotionally. The world became too loud, too painful. He started coming to the diner for a sense of normalcy, a quiet space to just be. The note read, "My father said you were his favorite person. You never pushed him to talk. You just served him his breakfast and let him be. You gave him a place to feel normal again." In his own quiet way, he considered you a dear friend. At the bottom of the letter, in a different, shakier handwriting, was a message from Bill himself, written before he passed. "Thank you for the coffee. And thank you for listening, even when I never spoke. That was worth more than any tip." Tears streamed down Jake's face, blurring the words. He laughed, a choked, heartbroken sound. That afternoon, long after the lunch rush had ended, Jake brewed one last pot of coffee. He walked over to the empty booth 3, placed a fresh, steaming cup on the table, and whispered into the quiet diner, "This one's on the house, Bill." He left it there, a final tribute to a decade of silent friendship. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this story, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.